Well, good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with SouthernIndianaWeather.com. Thanks for logging on here to our evening forecast update. We're sponsored tonight by Metal Magic in Washington. Folks, you can give Chad a call at 698-8555 for all of your paintless tint repair needs. They do a fantastic job, folks. They're PDR Nation certified. Give them a call and tell them that Southern Indiana Weather sent you. All right. Not a whole lot to talk about, really. We've had a few sprinkles around the area today, and satellite and radar here into motion. You can see still some very pleasant temperatures across the area as I just sort of put the brakes on everything here. As we zoom in a little bit, you can still see, a few sprinkles up here in central Indiana. It looks like a fairly healthy little shower has developed over around Louisville. This actually, as we back up, you can see it originated here in portions of southern Indiana and just sort of started strengthening. But by and large, for most of us, just nice crystal clear skies out there for most of us. Few clouds around the area, but not much going on, and just some light sprinkles, except for one little lone heavier downpour, and not a whole lot of action going on other than that. Now, this is all due to a cold front that is pushing through the area. That cold front is currently located about along the Ohio River right now and continues to push south. By 2 a.m. tonight, it'll be well into Kentucky. And as that continues to push away, high pressure will eventually take shape and go large and in charge for us. And that actually is going to lead to a couple of very chilly nights. We could end up being in frost territory yet again for some of us. We had thought that we might see a more widespread frost event on Sunday morning than what we did, but the reality is the clouds hung on a lot more than anyone expected. So that spared us from a major frost, but that could potentially change. We're keeping an eye on the situation for a couple of nights this week. Beyond that, though, once high pressure is out of here in the extended outlook, you can see we have another cold front that will move through us later in the extended outlook here around Saturday or so. But then that warms front starts to push back our way, and then next week, folks, I've got just a beautiful forecast for you next week. It starts to warm up a little bit towards this weekend, but this week's going to be fairly chilly still. Next week, though, beginning really towards this weekend and lasting through at least the first half of next week, absolutely beautiful forecast. This warm front moves through us, and we've got a ridge of high pressure that's going to build into us, and that, folks, is going to lead to some very, 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 very pleasant temperatures. I'm talking to return to the 70s for a few days. We'll get there in a minute. But first, before we get that, let's talk about a couple of cold nights. By the time you wake up on Wednesday morning, this is what the predicted low temperatures are across the area according to the GFS model. And what you can see is upper 30s to low 40s across the area. And so, again, not a frost concern for maybe the southwest corner of the state, but certainly places around maybe Bloomington or Indianapolis, Columbus areas again, certainly could be within frost range. By the time you wake up on Thursday morning, the GFS takes the temperatures down a little bit more, and really the majority here of eastern Indiana could end up in frost territory, and it doesn't start to warm up out of the 30s until you get closer to the Evansville area. So again, that's something we're going to keep an eye on, and again, both of these nights I do think are going to be mostly clear skies. So there is a chance that we could go down a little bit cooler. It's something we'll trend over the next couple of days, but keep an eye on that, folks. Just know that there is the potential for that coming there. Then beyond that, as we take a look at the temperature spread, folks, you can see sort of an up and down pattern here. Now, this is the GFS ensembles, and they're a little bit cooler than some of our other models are, but this presents a very nice painting of the 16 days, so I sort of show this one quite often. I do believe this period in here, though, according to the other models, and I kind of tend to favor those other models on this, ends up being in the low 70s rather than the upper 60s. I think this is just a touch too cool. But to give us an overall picture of the pattern, it's going to be sort of a down, then up, and then sort of a back down again, and then by the time you get into the beginning of November, take a look at this. A very major system moves through and really cools us down with temperatures even in the low 50s for that. So that's something we'll keep an eye on at the beginning of November, and really you can expect those wild temperature swings, that kind, sort of that time of the year. So again, that's something we will monitor, but some very pleasant temperatures otherwise are on our way. Now let's go ahead and take a look at your 10-day forecast here. You can go to SouthernIndianaWeather.com, click on 10-day forecast, and you can always get this sponsored by the Smile Center. Again, tonight we're going to go down to about 48 degrees, so a pretty pleasant night across the area. Partly cloudy skies at times, mostly clear at times. It's going to be just a mild night overall. A little bit on the chilly side, but not not like we're expecting the next couple of nights. Tuesday, a few clouds, but it's going to be very much on the cool side. Only 61 tomorrow, only 59 on Wednesday, but take a look at these low temperatures. Again, temperatures in the upper 30s to near the 40-degree mark on Tuesday, and temperatures probably in the upper 30s across most of the area on Wednesday. So a couple of cool nights. I don't think all of us will be in frost territory, but certainly some of us will be, and that's something that we'll continue to monitor over the next couple of days and keep you updated with that. Beyond that, though, take a look at the sunshine. Still sunshine and only 61 on Thursday, but the warm-up begins Friday. Get a few more clouds back into the picture, but sort of the winds switch direction, rather from a northerly direction and more to a west or even southwest direction at points. We warm to the upper 60s. Into the 70s, though, for Saturday and Sunday. We've got camping weather, camping plans this weekend, folks. It's going to be absolutely perfect weather, really, for camping. So get out there and enjoy it. Temperatures in the low 70s. Low temperatures in the low 50s to maybe the upper 40s. And then look at this, as far as the eye can see in the 10-day, we've got 70s and temperatures in the low to mid 50s for the most part, as far as the eye can see. And again, beyond that, though, it does look like we're going to have a little bit of a temperature drop-off as the ridge starts to break down, and we'll probably go back into the 60s after that. At this point, early forecast for Halloween doesn't look too bad at this point. Right now, Halloween looks like temperatures in the 60s. Might have a little bit of rain around the 30th or the 31st. We're keeping an eye on the potential. A pretty potentially decent sized system, but it's a little too far out to tell anything at this point. Severe weather with it, maybe, maybe not. It's iffy at this point, but we will keep an eye on it, folks. Alrighty, folks, our SouthernIndianaWeather.com mobile app has finally been released for iTunes as well as Google Play. And of course, we've mentioned this before, that the updated app was out for Google Play. Here are some screenshots with that, folks. It is a great little app. You can get a great organized 10-day forecast. In fact, if you tap on each of the days, it'll expand a little bit and give you the details of the days, presents it in a much more organized way. Great interactive radar with this product. You can get your planning forecast for both your plan your day and your plan your night on this. You can get current conditions for not only just Evansville, but a lot of cities around the area. You can watch all of our YouTube videos, get our blogs, and find out a whole lot more great information on that. So be sure to check that out. It is available for iTunes as well, so go to your app store on iPhone and just search for SouthernIndianaWeather.com. Folks, it is there for your enjoyment, and it is a great little app. By all means, please download that and enjoy it. That is it for this video update, folks. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite. Hope you have a great night. Take care, stay safe, and we will see you next time.